this is Doxy Mom, and welcome back to my channel. If you haven't done so already, I greatly appreciate if you hit that little red subscribe button. You can ring the bell for notifications, and if you like this video, just give it a thumbs up. Well, Miss Cindy and I, we're going to bring you the news in 15 minutes or less, so let's get started. Now, there are 189,913 federally sealed indictments. I just found the new number, and some may be unsealed today. I'll get to that part here in a little bit. Now, if you missed iPot's video on August the 12th, I highly recommend it. I'll link it below in the pinned comments. Just give me a few minutes to get there and do that. But iPot shows a clip of President Trump where Trump says that the Obama administration spied on his campaign and they've been caught red-handed. And then President Trump uses the T word. He says it's probably treason. And he knows good and well that it is treason, or he'd have never said it, y'all. Now, President Trump goes on to say that they use the intelligence agencies of our country to spy on his campaign, and there are a lot of people involved. Obama knew about it. Joe Biden knew about it. Comey, Brennan, Clapper, Strzok, and Page, they all knew about it. And it's well documented in all sorts of forms. And it should have never happened. We know this. But then iPot, he shows the Mark Levin clip where AG Bill Barr, and Barr talks about how he takes evidence to a grand jury, and then the grand jury issues an indictment. Well, I'd say there are going to be people going to prison in time. Remember, this is war and timing is everything. Just know things are happening, especially when AG Barr spoke to Hannity last night, and we will get to that. Now, this is an interesting tweet. Mike tweeted out, "Defund the police is not a slogan that is polling well for Biden." So, D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser today ordered construction crews to pave over the defund the police portion of Black Lives Matters near the White House. So, I guess they'll leave the BLM mural on the road, but at least the defund the police part is now gone. Next, Matt Walsh tweeted this out. "Public school teachers are afraid that you might be able to hear them brainwashing your kids." End tweet. Now that leads us to a Fox News article entitled "Philadelphia Public School Teacher Worries About Conservative Parents Listening In on Virtual Classes." Now, Philadelphia schools will have all their students learning remotely until November the 17th. And a teacher is curious about how educators will cope with conservative parents when they are covering topics such as gender and sexuality. Well, guys, this could certainly turn on the left. So, if you have children that are taking classes online, you might want to be listening in, because this Philadelphia teacher said this: "If we are engaged in the messy work of destabilizing a kid's racism or homophobia or transphobia, how much do we want their classmates' parents piling on?" End quote. Now, guys, I know when I would start chiming in, it would be during science class when those teachers start talking about Darwinism and the Big Bang Theory. Guys, I would share Jesus with those kids right then and there, and I hope and pray that parents out there will be brave enough to do that. And I'll leave a link. Now, Breaking 911 tweeted this: "Breaking, Joe Biden and Kamala Harris call for a nationwide face mask mandate." End tweet. Well, of course they did, y'all. And Cat Turd replies. He says, "First act of communism, and it's only been a day." End tweet. And he's right, y'all. And then Anonymous Patriot made an excellent tweet, tweeting out the truth, saying this: "Joe Biden offered mask mandates today. Trump offered peace in the Middle East. The choice could not be more clear." End tweet. And speaking of the peace deal, after 49 years, Israel and the United Arab Emirates will formally normalize their diplomatic relations. Now, Israel has peace treaties with only 2 other Arab countries, Egypt in 1979 and Jordan in 1994. So, this is wonderful news, and we all know that President Trump and most of the Republicans want peace. Biden and the Democrats, well, they want war. Moving on, Cook County's attorney Kim Foxx, who dropped all the felony charges against actor Jussie Smollett when he staged an attack on himself because he was trying to help Kamala Harris push an anti-lynching bill through Congress. Anyway, Jussie isn't the only criminal Kim Foxx has let go. According to the Gateway Pundit, Kim Foxx, supported by George Soros, has dismissed more than 25,000 felony cases. Can you believe this? And some of these dismissals included many involving charges of murder and other serious crimes in her first 3 years on the job. Now, Foxx is a big reason why Chicago is exploding in crime because she's dropped cases of people shooting and killing other people, sex crimes, attacks on police, and serious drug offenses. Now, the local police are fed up, and now they are begging the federal government to intervene. Well, let's pray that they will, but that the federal agents they send over are the good guys. And but Kim Foxx and her funder, George Soros, well, what a mess they are making of America. This is sick, it is evil, and I'll leave a link. Now, I found an excellent article on WND entitled The Remedy to the Godless Left's Hatred and Angst, and I encourage you to go over there and read it for yourself. But the author, she talks about since the left has taken God out of everything and convinced so many people that God doesn't exist, so these people, their happiness comes from materialism and self-indulgence. Drugs and sex have become quick fixes for moments of peace, and the left's apostles, they have been very careful to hide from public knowledge and demonize the recipe to the lasting peace of God, thereby depriving whole generations of its bliss. Now, as Christians, we know the most important thing that happens between God and us is that love is to love and to be loved. But this massive atheist push has removed the ability and knowledge of how to acquire mental peace, so they are consumed by hatred. And this is one of the reasons for all this rioting. These young people are full of anger and hate, and Satan and society has made them this way. Now, I have said many, many times that children need to be in church so they can learn about Jesus and his love, because they will certainly learn about Satan and his hate in the world. And I'll leave a link. Now, A.G. Barr went on Hannity, and he said, he gave this quote, and I had it pulled up, guys. Let me just see if I can get to it here. I apologize. I think I hit my computer and it went the wrong way. There we go. A.G. Barr said, I've said the American people need to know what actually happened. We need to get the story of what happened in 2016 and 2017 now. That will be done. If people crossed the line, if people involved in that activity violated the criminal law, they will be charged. And John Durham is an independent man, highly experienced. As I've said, there's going to be developments, significant developments before the election. We're aware of the election. We're not going to do anything inappropriate before the election. And there will be developments. Tomorrow, there will be a development in the case. So, guys, I've been looking all morning. I haven't seen a development yet. But does this mean an arrest? I certainly hope so, but time will tell. Now, according to his article, it's not going to be Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, people like that, nothing to do with the election. But, I had talked about how Kristen W. back in May had said that Comey was arrested. We'd never heard anything, but I'm kind of looking at Comey. Now, Barr, he went on to say that when we feel we can prove a crime beyond a reasonable doubt, it will be charged. And I can tell you that. Let me say that quote again. When we feel we can prove a crime beyond a reasonable doubt, it will be charged. I can tell you that. End quote. Can you say boom? And I'll leave a link and I will keep you posted. And I'm going to leave you with Proverbs chapter 2, verses 6 through 8 that say, "For the Lord gives wisdom. From his mouth come knowledge and understanding. He holds success in store for the upright. He is a shield to those whose walk is blameless, for he guards the course of the just and protects the way of his faithful ones." Well, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Thank you so much for tuning in. Until next time, this is Doxy Mom, and God bless you all.